In today's video, I've got a betting pick for every game. That's right, my friends. Welcome to Bets for Breakfast. We are starting with the Wizards on the road against the Pacers. Wizards are getting 19.5 points. They're tanking. Pacers need to win to hold on to the 4th seed, stay ahead of the Milwaukee Bucks, because they're going to want home court advantage in a potential 7-game series if they end up meeting the Bucks in the first round. For betting purposes, good freaking luck. Some of these tank battles for the final 3 or 4 games of the season are brutal to bet on. Be careful. We'll go hard again in the playoffs. Today, I'm going to breeze through these first set of games, and then we're going to focus on MLB because there's some really good MLB pitchers on the mound. We got some good spots to target. Cashed a plus 1,100 yesterday if you were with me. Tons of free picks are coming at you, so hang tight. This first one, I ain't betting it, but I got to pick one for each game. Give me the Wiz to cover that 19.5 point spread. That's just very large. The Pacers aren't the Thunder or the Cavs or the Celtics. They don't shoot 53s per game. They would have to be incredibly efficient to cover that, in my opinion, despite the fact that the Wizards are tanking. Next up, Grizz on the road against the Hornets. Grizz can be anywhere from the 3rd seed in the West to the 8th seed in the West over these next 3 or 4 games for the rest of the Western Conference. That's crazy. The entire Western Conference is as close as it gets. Hornets, on the other hand, are sitting everybody under the sun. Mark Williams playing some decent minutes. Go ahead and, bang away at his points and rebounds should you desire to do so. But no thanks for me. I like a little parlay today. We'll go Ja 20 points and Ja Morant 4 assists. I got nothing else for you. I want nothing to do with this game. Next up, Bulls on the road against the Cavs. Cavs are locked into their seeding, and there's nothing that will change. Bulls are potentially settled. They're done. They're like, that's it. We're just going to make it as the 10th seed, and this is it. We're not going to try to get to the 9th. It's irrelevant. We're going to have to win 2 games to get in no matter what. And they said they're going to be sitting some players tonight. Good freaking luck betting on this. I think both teams are going to be sitting anybody that matters. Give me a bench player like DeAndre Hunter and the points to the over. Max Strus, his points line has been a little low as of late as well. He's still getting 25-ish minutes, can jack up some threes, maybe go there. Kevin Huerter, if he starts for the Bulls, get some extra playing time. You can run him out there, go for his threes. Yeah, fade, fade, fade. All right, I got some games that matter. Hawks at the Magic. So, thought this game would matter a lot more than it did, and maybe it still will. The Hawks are a game back from the Magic. Actually, if they win tonight's game, they will be tied for the 7th seed in the East. Problem is, neither team is catching the Pistons. So here's what's important. The 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th seeds in the, we'll call it play-in round, is what it's referenced as, have dramatic needs for how to get in the playoffs. Whomever is the official 7th seed just needs to win 1 game, and they're locked into the 7th seed for the playoffs. So that first game is actually between the 7th and 8th seed, and then the 9th and 10th play each other in that first game as well. So whomever wins between 7 and 8, locked into the 7th. Whomever loses that game has to go play the winner of the 9 and 10. So if the Bulls play the Heat at 9 and 10, and the Bulls win that first game, they then have to go beat the loser of this game, or what could be this game, with the Hawks and the Magic. The Bulls win that one, then they end up as the 8th. But if the loser there between the Magic and Hawks ends up beating the play-in game from the 9-10, Magic versus Bulls in this instance, then they would get locked into the 8th seed. So basically, I feel like these 2 teams are playing to see who's going to have that home court game for the 7th and 8th seed play-in round, because this is the deciding factor right here. If they finish with the same record this season, this game right here will be the tiebreaker based on head-to-heads and divisional tiebreakers. So let's go over to mysparryedge.com. We'll go to the NBA player odds. We're going to look at 2 players here that matter the most. On Atlanta, it's going to be Trae Young, and we're going to look at Dyson Daniels. And matter of fact, for Dyson, I want to look at his rebounds and assist market first and foremost. 9.5 minus 140, lock it in, not thinking twice. There it is. I don't even need to move on. I told you we got a lot of stuff to cover today. I am utterly shocked that we are getting this line that we are. Are you kidding me? 9.5 in a very important game for Dyson Daniels. The amount of minutes this guy is playing. I mean, look at the season. First half, listen, wasn't cashing the over. Why? They were fully healthy. Jalen Johnson was there. Second half of the season, no Jalen Johnson. It's only been 7 games since January 20th, almost 3 months ago, where he has not cashed the over. This is a great line. The odds are acceptable, in my opinion, at minus 140. I can take it. Price picks there at 10 plus. Run it if you want. I'm not going to look at the Magic side, but if you're playing anything, you're looking at Franz Wagner points. Paolo Banchero points and rebounds is always in play. All right, next up, Pels on the road against the Nets. Good freaking luck. Again, another game that we do not care about. If Jordan Hawkins suits up, I'm taking the over for his points. Other than that, I'm moving on. We got more things to bet on today. More important thing. Knicks and Celtics. This one's slightly interesting just because they're 2 really good teams. But the problem is, again, Celtics locked into the 2nd seed. Knicks locked into the 3rd seed, barring a meltdown. I say say that because they're not mathematically locked into the third seed. If they lose 4 straight and the Pacers win 4 straight to finish the season, they would swap from third to fourth seeding. I doubt that happens. Knicks need to win just one, or Pacers need to lose just one, and then they're locked at 3 and 4. So I think the Knicks slightly more to play for, I guess. When you know the Celtics continue to sit people, take the Knicks money line today, probably the better play than just the -1 spread. Might get like a -105 or so for the money line. OG Anunoby has been somebody who you can really lean on as of late. I mean, he's been a walking W for his points column. You know, the threes are falling like crazy. If you just want to run threes today, I don't think you need to worry too much about, is Jalen Brunson going to play 36 or not? If Jalen runs out there for 36, I think it's mostly irrelevant. OG Anunoby can bang home 2+3. So if you want a play for this game, it's OG Anunoby 2+3. Next up, Lakers on the road against the Thunder. Thunder laying 14 points at home. Kind of shocking because the Thunder don't need this game. They're 12 games up in the Western Conference standing. Lakers need it bad. 4 games remain for them. They could still finish as low as the 8th seed. They're literally just 2 games ahead of the Grizzlies, the Wolves, the Warriors, and the Clippers, who are in a 4-way tie, 5 through 8. They're only a 1-game separation between the Nuggets, who are right behind them. This is the craziest Western Conference finish I can remember in recent memory. 6 teams can finish between 3rd and 8th still. For that reason, I think that the Lakers ball out. I think the Thunder could rest people late 3rd quarter, 4th quarter, maybe don't even touch the floor. Guys like Chet and SGA might not even play. So give me the Lakers plus 15.5 in this game. Moving on, we got the Wolves against the Bucks. Now, I already kind of mentioned this. The Bucks, you know, they're still mathematically in play to finish ahead of the Pacers, but it's going to take 4 straight wins. Pacers need to lose 3 of their next 4. So, I don't know, good luck there to the Bucks. They're probably locked into the 5th seed and going to be playing the Pacers in the first round as the road team for 7-game series. Unless the Pistons, who only have 3 games left, somehow pass the Bucks, as they are a game and a half behind with 4 games remaining for the Bucks, at which point then the Bucks would slide to 6 and end up facing the Knicks in the first round. So they do need to hold on to this spot. Wolves, on the other hand, similar to the Lakers, they need this game like air. They are tied with the Warriors, with the Clippers, with the Grizzlies, 46 and 32 outright, all 14, and still finish as high as 3rd in the West, low as the 8th. So when you get stuff like this, where it matters like whoa, you know who we bet on? Anthony freaking Edwards, my friend. Don't think twice. Don't overthink it. Type in the rest of his name because there's a bunch of Anthony's, I guess. Anthony Edwards, there we go. We're going to go right to his points, y'all. And I talked about this last game too. Did not matter. I said end of season, this is what alphas do. They put their teams in their back and they take them to where they need to get. And Anthony Edwards is doing that right now. The shot volume, again, 50 minutes, 32 minutes, 38 minutes against the 76ers. 21 field goal attempts, 15, 25, 15, 10, 13 threes. Anthony Edwards over 26.5 points. Matchup in single coverage against the Bucks. Woo, baby, I love this play. Maybe top 2 or 3 favorite on the entire slate. Warriors, yesterday, covered this one. Again, talked about it. Suns got to win 4 straight. Mavs, if they win just any of their final 3 games, locked into the 10th seed, Suns would be officially eliminated. Good luck to them. Just too injury prone of a season. No chemistry. I took Warriors on yesterday's video -6. That was the pick. I got nothing to change up here. Spurs on the road against the Clippers. Now, Clippers need the dub. Spurs are tanking. Devin Vassell, points and rebounds. I think we looked at it yesterday. It was 16.5. Like the over there. Go over here and look at some baseball. So check this out. We added the Novig optimizer, Profit X, all this stuff. But check out the Novig MLB optimizer. I was shocked at just how many amazing lines there were. They have the most insane upside. There are so many plus EV plays, and so many of them are for the pitching markets, which I love. I'm telling you right now, if you want to go through and just get yourself some value, I mean, look at Paul Skenes, man. -128. Novig for over 6.5 strikeouts for Paul Skenes. A -152 aggregate for Skenes on the rest of the sports books. That's insane value. Last season cashed the over in 16 of 23 games. This season had 6 against Tampa. Struggled mightily through that one. 7 against Miami in the opener at home. Should be in a good spot here against the Cardinals, who are raking. But still, it's Skenes, it's elite upside, and you're giving me 7 frames. More often than not, my guy's going to get there in 7 frames. What I love the most is they run him out there for 94 and 102 pitches over the last 2 games, thanks to MySperbyEdge.com for their mobile web app. You want to sign up over there on Novig, you can actually use code DONUTS, and I'll give you a link in the description section. I think it's by far the best exchange and social book out there right now. This is an incredible book, and right now, as this is my second day looking at it, there's just elite upside for so many different player props. And this ain't just MLB. It's out there for NBA as well. And my optimizer here is going to be banging home W's for you. You just got to focus up. Get the best odds. I mean, look at this. We're talking a 34-cent difference. They're giving you plus 129 when the rest of the books aggregate odds are at minus 105. Just insanity. Code DONUTS, link below. I've not seen anything like this since when we saw Fliff come onto the scene, and they used to give us all the value in the world, and everybody talking about Novig now, and I don't blame them. Code DONUTS. Now on my screen, you can see some of these cheat sheets I posted to Twitter earlier this morning. Here's how I've been doing this daily. I post these 4 sheets before I do my YouTube video. Then I record my video. Those sheets go out before then. After my video gets posted, I then post my home run projections, strikeout projections, 5-pick money line parlay, which, by the way, the money lines are 25 and 15. That's the record for the top 5 picks per day. That's 8 days posted. I've gone 3 and 2 or better in 7 of the 8 days, 2 and 3 on the worst day so far. So it's not like you've been destroyed any of the days. And a 25 and 15 record. How fun is that to be able to bet on teams winning rather than just player props and to walk away almost 8 units profitable in just 8 days? I post that on Twitter every single day. Problem is, a lot of the odds get nuked because my Discord gets the 10,000 simulations model. They get all those picks probably a good 7-8 hours before the Twitter community does. So if you want access to that, there's a free trial to my VIP picks. It's the first link down below. Grab it there. I'm going to leave the Discord, I guess you call them Twitter, whatever you want to call them. I'm going to leave the cheat sheets on the screen, talk through some of this. And I wrote some notes on Twitter when I tweeted them out. I like to try to feed people in many different ways. I love to give them a little insight. So Zach Wheeler and Chris Sale in an interesting spot today. Sometimes you look at team names and you're like, previous years, their offense, blah, 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 and it scares you off. Meanwhile, Atlanta, nothing to be afraid of right now. They are horrific at the plate, swinging pool noodles up there. Zach Wheeler has dominated Atlanta in his career. I think this could be one of those games where the total to the under is a good spot. Maybe taking a Nerfy in this game is interesting. Speaking of Nerfies, popped up the Nerfy cheat sheet on the screen for you. And look at the targets there. St. Louis and Pittsburgh. So we've got Sonny Gray on the mound against Paul Skenes. Now, Skenes last season went 18-5 with his Nerfy record, 9-3 at home. Sonny Gray, 23-5 for his Nerfy record last year. And down at the bottom of the screen, you can see Pittsburgh there, 81.82% Nerfy, averaging just 0.18 runs in the first inning. Essentially, Pittsburgh cannot get things going at the top of the order in the first inning. St. Louis, on the other hand, been pretty good. They've scored in 40% of their games. That's why they have a 60% Nerfy, averaging 0.4 runs per first inning. That's the 8th best in baseball, but I'm a Skenes believer, baby. I think that's a really interesting Nerfy target. Philly and Atlanta being the other. If you're looking for a Yerfy, which, by the way, on Sunday when I posted it, 12 of the 16 games had a run in the first inning. Yes, run first inning. Yerfy. There you go. It's not like they don't happen, and they're often plus odds. They're worth looking into. Baltimore and Arizona is an interesting Yerfy, in my opinion. Charlie Morton has struggled over the last couple seasons. He's not looked good so far in Baltimore. Merrill Kelly, on the other hand, one of the more volatile pitchers in baseball. Arizona, also one of the warmest places to play right now. Half the Northeast is just terrible weather. Even the Midwest kind of cold right now. And meanwhile, you got, Merrill Kelly did not do very well at home, 4-3 last season, Nerfies. And, he's a volatile pitcher. And by the way, Baltimore's offense has elite upside any given game, despite the fact that they're not hitting well right now. Arizona, on the other hand, hottest hitting team in baseball, top 5 in like 8 different hitting metrics. And for what it's worth, Baltimore is the best team in the first inning with Gunnar Henderson and those guys at the top of the order. They have scored a run in 55% of their games this year. That's why no runs first inning in only 45% of their games. And then Arizona right here is the 11th best. They have the 11th best run in the first inning percentage. That would be like 36.36%, but they have not scored a run in just 63% of the game. So I like the Yurfie target between Baltimore and Arizona today. Again, get more information like that. You got to follow me on Twitter at DFSN Donuts. And if you like that little teaser, if you're like, I like the way this guy thinks through this stuff, quick little first look on info and analysis. I mean, what the heck do you think goes into my VIP picks? I'm on a 28-12 run for my VIPs across NBA and MLB. There's a reason why people sign up during the MLB season for me. I'm the MLB king, my friends. Plus 200 units profit last season, fully 100% tracked on Pickett, and ain't nothing changed so far. Grab that VIP link down below. So, last but certainly not least, we're going to go over to Underdog, where you can use code DONUTS, just like anywhere else in the industry, my friend. Use code DONUTS, get up to $1,000 deposit bonus cash, and you get a free pick. Hey, we were just talking about the first inning runs allowed, higher and lower. I'm telling you right now, I think this is a really interesting spot. Milwaukee and Colorado, Coors Field is an interesting one as well. Over for the MLB games themselves, again, I mean, there are a lot of different players that we can target today. Cole Reagans, I didn't even really get to talk about a lot. I like the fantasy points today. Minnesota keeps losing. They are batting dead last in the MLB against left-handed pitchers this year. They have the highest strikeout rate and the worst batting average versus lefties. Cole Reagan, a very scary pitcher to face for a team that stinks against lefties. So Cole Reagan's fantasy points today, also a very interesting spot. There are so many great spots to target for baseball today. I'm not going to dive too deep into the weeds right now. That's what the VIP link is for down below. I'm going to post the No Big link down below, the Underdog link down below, code DONUTS, both sites. It's a great day to bet on sports, my friend. We're going to have a fun time inside the Discord. Hope to see you in there, and I hope this video puts you on the path to success. No matter what, I'm back Monday through Friday right here on YouTube. Follow me on Twitter at DFSN Donuts. You're going to get all sorts of picks, parlays, projections, free there as well. So if you like YouTube freebies, you're going to love my Twitter freebie at DFSN Donuts. To the rest of you, hopefully you join that VIP link down below. It's a free trial. Who loves you, babe? Let's get paid.